I'm going to give my husband a gift. Easy Gel Kit and an E-File and the Bit Kit. Let's see what he does with it. Let's get started. Bet you're excited.
Oh, yeah.
That's so fake. You're not excited.
Is that fake?
No, you're not. No. I just know you're not that excited about it.
Okay.
But I'm going to teach you how to do Easy Gel nails.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to have a student.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's actually pretty easy. That's why I actually have this in my product line, because it is actually a very good stepping stone to learning how to do nails.
Well, I'm willing to try.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to sacrifice one of my nails. Now, when you're learning, I do recommend that you do it on a fake finger or a piece of paper when you get used to it at first. But in this case, he have done an acrylic nail once.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did actually pretty good. Was it odorless that you were working with?
Yes,
I think it was. And that is a huge advantage when you're learning. And this one is along those lines as well, because it doesn't cure up until you're ready to put it under the light. So you can sculpt as long as you want. So you can take a breath. Just relax.
Okay.
It's quite a bit easier than you might think. Okay, so let's move all this aside. I'll put my glasses on, and I'll just take him through the steps of how you do an Easy Gel nail. Okay, so we're going to start with opening up your files. I'll do it for you. And you're going to use the medium file. There you go. Put my glasses on.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to work on this finger because it's the biggest finger. It's easier for you to see. And the angle, this one is really hard to form because it's so pointy. But I'm going to let you do this one, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, we've already cleansed our nails and washed our hands. We're all ready to go. You're just going to buff this natural nail. It's got some product on it. It's a bit patchy. It's not perfect, but there's a little thin layer of product because I always leave a thin layer on to protect my natural nails.
All right.
So just start buffing. You've seen me enough. Do it.
Yeah. I know everybody laughed at me when I did this on the last video.
Well,
I'm just afraid to buff your cuticle.
It's a natural reaction when you know how to do it. But when you don't know how to do it, obviously that is the way a person's going to go about it. And you're a person that doesn't really do anything like this.
No, I don't.
This is not your interest, but today it's going to be. Okay, so when you're doing something like that, you can sort of even see the rounder part of the file?
Oh, yeah.
You can sort of take an advantage, and you can go in little circular motions.
Okay.
And just sort of do it like that. Yeah, that's better. You have much more control. I can feel it right away.
Is that right?
Way more control. Yeah.
Am I getting closer to the cuticle there?
Mm-hmm.
And gotta get every little spot, otherwise you could get a lift, right?
Are you teaching this?
Yeah. You can be quiet now. I'll take over.
Okay. No, that's good.
I got this.
Honestly, that's good. The most common mistake I see when I'm teaching is we usually get the body of it really good. We just tend to miss those little tiny edges right around here. You didn't do too bad. So see this little edge over here? Now in the nail world, a little tiny edge that isn't buffed is going to be a lift. And it's a huge deal, even though it's a little lift. So just try to get right into that little very corner.
Okay. It's going to lower your finger a bit. I'm not sure if we were still in focus. I lifted it up too high. I'm afraid I'm going to draw blood here.
Well, now I know you're trying to watch the monitors and stuff to make sure we're doing it right, but try to focus on that.
Okay.
I know that's hard because you're doing like 8 cameras and the sound. We do have someone helping us monitor the focus here so we don't have to reshoot it because you're not there. So
thanks for the help.
Yes, it's awesome. That's pretty good.
Nice. That looks to be pretty good to me.
Yeah,
I can actually see it closer in the monitor than with my eyes.
Yes, you do see it closer. I'm just going to help you out a little and just go a little bit closer to the cuticle because I see it. I notice
you push harder than I do. I can feel it.
Oh, interesting. You can feel the pressure. That's one thing I cannot teach. Just in person, you can really feel pressure. And you just felt that now. So I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I have to mention when we're teaching online is pressure. Yeah, it's very gentle, but it's more, isn't it? I find that very common with every student is they just don't put a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to steal my finger for a moment and get my brush. Just want a little duster so we can get rid of the dust. Okay, so you can do that if you like.
Oh, yeah. This is cute.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm just double checking. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So I was trying to say, the idea is you just want to make sure that you remove the shine. That's how you know you buffed that spot. Okay, so we're good to go. We're going to form now.
All right, this is going to be hard for me to do, I think, the form.
Yes, it will be. Forms are very hard.
Okay, let's try it.
Do you remember when I was learning, when I first started this job, I was 23, I think. I brought a whole roll of forms on. We sat on the couch and I formed your fingers for a couple of hours. Do you remember that? It's a long time ago.
Yeah,
we're old. Okay, so before I give you this, I just want to note that, did you orally trim your nails?
I did.
Today?
If I had known we were doing this video, I would have not
wouldn't
done
have?
this. No.
It's okay.
It's a little embarrassing.
It's okay.
My cuticles are a mess.
Here we go. Okay, so you know how to take it off?
Peel it off, yeah.
Okay. Maybe make sure the donut stays on the paper. You don't need the donut.
Yeah.
It's
It's interesting. It's thicker and stiffer than I imagined.
Right? Yeah, because you never really feel this stuff.
No,
You're just
I
filming
don't.
it.
Yeah.
Throw it over my shoulder.
Sorry.
Okay.
I tried.
Now you just open up the back end. It's perforated.
Yeah.
So you just what is that word?
Break the perforation.
Break the perforation? There you go.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, you want to separate that?
Yep.
Okay, so I could do a class on a form all day long, and different types of forms and how you form and different ways to form at different angles and whatnot. So you're really getting a crash course on how to put a form on. So the crash course is only wanting to focus on the free edge area and the angle of which the form sits. There's all sorts of other things, but this is the most important thing because this is a crash moment. Okay. So I'm going to slip my finger in, and you can sort of bend the form a little bit to get it in that groove. So I'm going to slip my finger in there, and you just have to line it up.
Right.
Don't stick the sides until you're happy with this.
Oh, yeah, I got it lined up nice and straight. Right. Well, from my angle, it looks pretty close. I don't know.
Right. So try to bend it a little bit so it fits into the groove of my finger, because my finger is pretty curvy.
Yeah.
Well, that's feeling pretty good.
And then
That's not
you
bad.
Push this down. Or you like to leave them open.
That's right.
Yeah.
You do listen.
Now, I want to get a real pinched look here. So should I be pinching the form?
That's hilarious. Okay. Yes, you could. So, yeah, go for it. And we can try another way, too, if you...
That's pretty narrow, but...
It's pretty good.
And you pinch it right to the end like that.
Okay.
And it looks pretty firm.
Not bad at all.
Pretty
okay,
good.
so then you want to check it sideways. Let's look at it sideways.
Yep.
That's almost perfect. There's only one thing that we really want to focus on. Now, we could go with
still?
it.
Is it
No,
crooked?
it's actually pretty good. It's just leaning down a little too far. Now, if I want a really curvy nail, yeah, we could go there.
Right.
But we don't. We want it a little bit more straight. We don't want to go too curvy. So everything you did there was right.
Okay.
Really, everything you did was right. Even the little pinching attitude you got going on there. But only thing with forms is you can try to unpinch it. You can try to undo it and try to relocate it. Like you can go like this. Like you can even pre-pinch a form.
Right.
See, now it's pre-pinched. Let's pretend you did that. It's optional.
I did do it.
Well, you pinched it after it went on, which is fine.
It first. Okay.
But now it's pre-pinched because we're going on again. So when you put it on this time, we want to go more straight. So we're not focusing on this. We're not going down. We're focusing on going straight. Okay. So that's something else you can focus. See how many things? There's a lot of things. So just try it again.
Okay. And nice.
That's feeling pretty. You want to look at it sideways? Yeah. That's feeling pretty good.
Looks good. It's pretty pinched. I'm not sure I went over the top on that, but
yeah, that's feeling actually pretty good. It was a little bit high, but actually that's really good.
Okay.
So I think we're going to go with it.
That sounds
you
good.
can't do everything perfect every step of the way.
Well, it won't be perfect. Not with me doing it.
No, and we could sit here and make him do it perfect, like so perfect, like an expert perfect. But sometimes you just got to move on. Okay?
Right.
So that's what we're going to do. So now we are going to put the Easy Gel on. We're going to use my Suzie's pink mix. But before you do that, you have to get the product to stick to the finger. So in order to do that, we need to use the bridge. Okay? So when you put this on, just before you go at it, you don't have to put a ton on. It's actually a thin layer.
Okay.
And you massage it on. You don't just drape it on like you would, like you see me do polish. So release it on one side. I'll hold it so you don't knock it over. Okay. Oh, no. Release it on one side.
Oh.
Yeah. You got it. That's it. Okay, now massage it on and don't touch the skin.
That's going to be hard for me to do.
You're probably okay. If you angle your hand a little bit more like that, you might find that a little bit. If you go more straight on. That's it. It's good.
Good?
Yeah, and just make sure you get that little part right there. If you miss a part, it could lift. You know what? Some products will stick to some people's nails without putting any primer or bond agent or bridge, anything like that. But you're guaranteed to get them to stick on much more people if you use a bonding agent. And that's what this is. So if you miss a little spot, it could lift in that little spot. But just to even get a little bit closer to that little cuticle. That's pretty good.
Great.
You did good. Okay, so put that guy in there. Okay, now I'm just going to nuke it. Now, if you have a big light, you don't have to worry about that. But if you got a little tiny light that you're using, I'm working on big lights. We're going to nuke it for 60 seconds.
You're working on a little light.
A big light.
This is a big light?
This is a little light.
Oh, right.
We're working on a big light.
Oh, you're working. You're coming up with what you're saying. Oh, okay. I thought you meant we're going to be working on a big light. That's not a big light.
No, we're not working on a big light right now. We're working on a little light because this is all I have, but it's very powerful and very effective. But I want a big one so we can put our whole hand in it. Okay, so here is what I think is the fun part. So we're going to work with Suzie's pink mix.
Ooh, nice.
It is really pretty color. So what's great about this color is I worked on this color to find the right formula to make it opaque enough, but see-through enough so you can get the opacity, but still very gentle and soft for a natural nail look. Okay, so we are going to, oh, you get a new brush, Cameraman.
Ooh, nice.
Here's your new brush.
Thank you. Why do I get everything new?
I don't know, because I thought it'd be fun.
Oh, that's the wrong side.
No,
that is right
side.
side. Yeah, that is right side. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get the alcohol ready.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get a little alcohol soak pad for you.
So I had it to the paddle. Oh, that's the brush.
So get your little paddle out, and then we just want to get a little bead from your little pot here.
Yeah, a little one.
Yeah, you don't need a lot. Just get a little.
And I just scoop it.
Just go to the edges. Sometimes a little bit easier. Just even half that.
Half that? Oh.
Well, because we want to work just one bead at a time. We don't have to do a lot of beads here.
Just scoop it out like that?
Sure.
Do I roll that up like getting spaghetti?
Okay.
On a fork?
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Just a little?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
now,
so
is that dangerous, that little bit I have hanging off there?
Dangerous?
Well, you know what I mean. Like I'm going to drip it on you or something.
No, because it doesn't do any. See it? It doesn't really move.
It feels like I'm going to get that.
You can scrape it off if you want.
Try. Okay, got it.
So you want to take that little bead and you want to push it onto the natural nail right in the apex. We won't go near the cuticle right now, but just go into the apex area.
Okay. Seems so tiny what I'm doing there.
Yeah, and just try to get it off onto the nail. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never worked with it before. He's never done anything. So we're just going to take one bead at a time and just, so we want to, we want to clean the end of that paddle so you don't get it in your hair and, I'm just going to clean that for you. Cool. Okay, now you want to switch around to the, I put the cap on because I like to feel a full brush. So put the cap back on the end of the paddle there just so you have a full brush tank. Because you got bigger hands. So expose the brush. Okay. And just dab it into your alcohol. Yeah. The brush is brand new, so we want to just sort of stab it in there a little bit because the brush is brand new. Get it saturated. And then hit it onto your paper towel. Or towel, whatever you're using, just to release some of that. And then go in and start manipulating. I would hang on to my nail. Yeah, I want to make sure you can hang on to it. Okay, so yeah, you can swipe it if you like, or you can pat it. You're just trying to mold it and sort of make it nice and flat to the nail. Now, if you find it kind of sticky, you might need a little more alcohol. You don't want to oversaturate it with alcohol. And it's one of the reasons why I remember you mentioned the paper, the form being a little bit thicker? This is one of the reasons, so when you're patting the product down, you don't lose your form shape. Just gently go at it. There you go. Okay, so why don't we get another bead? You need your paddle?
Oh, paddle, right. So
you want to get another bead.
Use the paddle.
Yeah, just get another bead. Go right to the edge. Just get a bead right to the edge.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, that's it. Beautiful.
Seems like a lot.
No, that's good. Now we're going to do it a little bit more on the free edge, like right about there.
Okay. So I put my hand under to support it.
Now try to hold the finger, not the form. Because once you hold the form, you might move it out of position. Okay, so you just want to wipe that onto the free edge of the nail and the paper. Perfect. It's great. Don't press too hard. So when you're getting a bead, you remember you're just plopping the bead down, even though it looks ridiculous and like a mess. You're just putting the bead on. Your brush is to shape it. So I would now get another.
So don't smudge
That's
this
right.
around
I think you were using the paddle like a brush.
Like a brush.
Which is okay.
I was.
So get another little bead, and I would put it in the same spot. I'll hold this.
Thank you.
Put it in the same spot. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Put it in the exact same spot, and just try to release it. Don't shape it.
Oh, so don't spread it.
There you
don't
go.
Spread it. Just get it off there.
Yeah.
Now I got to clean off the...
Yeah, I'll do that. Just so you can cap it too. If you cap it with the product on there, that's totally cool. Okay, so you want to get your brush exposed again.
Your cap would get full of product though, wouldn't it?
Not really. It would stick onto the paddle.
Yeah. I got to wet this again.
Yeah, just a little bit. You don't want to over wet it. And I'm going to move a little pad over here for you because you're right-handed.
Yeah, that's handy. Thanks.
Okay, so now you just want to gently pat it. Just gently pat. See that? No, stop. Do you see that first pat you did and you spread it out? Mm-hmm. Now you're trying to find your shape somewhat. So just do a little bit more patting. What shape do you want to do?
Almond.
Okay. So you want to shape it out to an almond. So pat it right out to the sides. If you're starting to stick and it's not moving where you want, you need a little more alcohol. That looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I think...
Looks like really thick.
Yeah, go ahead and pat that down. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay, what I'm going to do is give it a bit of a cure.
Okay.
So by doing that, it'll hold that product in position, and then when you add more product, it won't disturb this product.
Okay.
You can add a bead and let them blend together, but as you're learning, it's probably easier to cure this.
Got it.
Okay. So you can gather another little bead while we're waiting if you like.
Okay.
So gather a pretty good sized bead. You're getting used to it now, aren't you?
Should I clean it like this first?
You can, yep.
And then
cap it.
do that and then put the cap on. Nice. Okay.
Okay, so gather a good sized bead. A little bit more.
This feels like
That's good.
honey or something. Kind of like it's quite thick.
It's like toothpaste that's cold. Like cold toothpaste, you know? It's not it's very similar to toothpaste actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so just remember you hang on to the finger, not the form.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now you want to place that bead about the same spot you did last time.
Boy,
and
this is awfully big bead. Is it too big?
No.
No?
And if it is, it's not like it's going to run anywhere. Easy Gel sort of stays in place. So it's really easy to work with.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to roll that product onto there. Here's an option. Let me see how I can help you sort of release the product. Maybe try to go like this. There we go. See that?
Yeah.
We'll try that next time. Okay, so right now you need to, here, take the cap. Oh, take the cap and cap it on there.
I think I want to clean
I'll
it
clean
first.
it. Oh yeah, you're a bit of a,
I don't.
you're a clean freak.
I don't like the idea of that going inside the end of the, not in the end of my brush.
You're a clean freak. I'm not.
Yeah.
You should see my nail table when I get finished.
Okay.
Playing around.
Use the brush and
you want to make it a little bit more
Mottram
alcohol.
in there.
And you don't want an excessive amount, not Mottram. You don't want an excessive amount of alcohol. You want it just enough to wet the brush that you can move everything around. So dab it, just one little dab on, Now start to press. Just think very slow. So just...
Am I trying to shape it down the nail at all?
Yeah, you do. What you want to do is keep more of a flat angle. And you want to go like this. You can literally just gently press. Like there's no hurry.
Yeah.
No speed, just gently pressing. See how I'm changing the angle of my brush? Mm-hmm. It's flat and on an angle like that. Okay?
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I think when this nail's done, it's going to look like a duck bill.
There is a nail actually called duck nails.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm nothing against anybody who likes it. It's all just personal taste, preference. But I frankly do not like them at all. I've tried to like them, but I just don't. But maybe you're going to bring it back.
It's going to take a lot of filing to fix that little
But that's,
bad boy.
you know what? That is totally the case in point. That's okay. Because in our career, when we first learning how to do this, we make some messes. I used to call them turtles. Whenever we have students, we make these mountainous little humpback thingies. That's okay. That's when the filing comes in. It's all about sculpting, right? Mm-hmm. So what you want to do is maybe get the brush wet again, a little bit more alcohol, dab onto the paper towel, into your little towel, and then just gently, see the bump in there? Just gently press and try to blend. That's looking good. Okay. Try not to stab it so much, like you're a little aggressive there.
I thought that was padding.
Maybe you should just need to take a breath,
and I think you do it really fast. You do it so quick when you're padding that actually...
Well, that's a good point. Maybe I should slow
fast.
it down.
You make... No, when you're doing it, it's really quick. I noticed it almost looks like you're doing... I'm fast motioning the video, but I'm not. And so I'm going really super slow, but I think maybe because I can just pat it quickly.
Maybe I learned something there. Maybe I need to slow it down if I'm trying to teach people how to do it. Because
No. I just know you pat real super quick. Like it's like, wow. Maybe I'm doing it too slow, so it just takes forever.
No, you're not doing it too slow. Okay.
I think it's good. We're done.
Well, that's positive thinking.
Looks pretty good.
It's not bad. Okay, so do you see how we need to get a bit of an almond shape going? And we can certainly do that with the files and the hand files and so on. We can do that. But we can also do that when we're shaping up with the brush. So one thing you can do is take the brush and you see how I'm sort of moving product? I mean, we can file that all the way, but it's there.
No.
Let's try to see if we can shape it. So you can just do that. So you find the almond shape. That's definitely on that side. You can do it. You need a little alcohol. If it sticks, you just get a little alcohol, but don't forget to release on your little towel first before. That's good. Release first, because you don't want to oversaturate that nail. That's good. Look at that. You're finding a shape. That's good, Cameraman.
That little thing down there, probably easier to file it than
that might be already cured from the previous, right?
Yeah, I can't seem to move it.
It's really tough for you because you've never seen anything in the nail world. You've never gone to nail technicians and had your nails done. You don't know different levels. You've only seen me.
Yeah.
So you have a standard and idea in your head of what it should be, and you're always going to feel like you've fallen short because it's never going to measure up to what an expert has been doing and you've been watching for years, right? Mm-hmm. So don't, if you're watching social media and you're seeing that stuff, try to release that and don't measure yourself to that. This is actually pretty good when you're first learning. I know you're not seeing it that way, and I'm not just trying to say that, but this is actually pretty good for when you're first learning. So see that little bump there? See if you can just flatten that a little, bring it right over. This is the stress area right here. So just see if you can flatten that and bring it right into that little stress point there.
Flatten the bump?
Yeah, see if you can flatten that whole area and bring it. There you go, you did it.
Okay.
Beauty. Okay, now find your shape there before we nuke it. You can even push it, like push this little bit toward the end here and get a little, there you go.
Really?
Because we don't want to go that long. I forgot to mention in the beginning, we're just going to go to the first line, right? I should have mentioned that. Bad teacher. Okay.
Wow.
That's looking pretty good.
It's pretty rough, but
no, it's actually
it's hard.
Okay, no, it's actually not. Okay, so let's give it a bit of a nuke, and now gather another bead because it's very, very thin. So we want to get a little bit
clean my brush.
An apex going, and we won't do the cuticle. We'll tack that later. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Okay. Want to put that right in the apex area, that bead you got there, and just sort of. Like you can scrape, you know how like you put peanut butter on a piece of bread, you kind of smear it on like that?
Okay.
There, that's pretty good. That's good. Okay, let's clean that little guy off.
Okay.
Whoop. Okay, and just get out your brush end. Get a little bit of alcohol. And then dab it on your paper towel. There you go. And then just gently pat down. Just squish down a little bit. You don't have to go all the way down, but yeah. Because we want to create a little bit of an apex and you want to get a bit of a free edge going. So if you also take the brush and if you can push it, you can notice that you can push it. You don't have to always like hit it.
Okay.
It's not a set of drums. That's good. That's great.
Oh my goodness.
What's wrong?
The shape is so hard.
You're stabbing it again.
Oh, yeah.
Like I do my salad. Wow, you're really going at it there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You got a style. You're developing your whole new style. Wow. Okay. So you just have to be careful if you do that over and over and over. You could damage your brush because you want to keep your brush and bristles going in the nice, gentle way.
Right. Squashing the brush down.
I mean, those brushes are pretty hardy.
Right. So you want it.
Yeah, that looks actually pretty good. I mean, your technique was really rough to watch, but you actually did a pretty good job. It's not bad, actually. It's really not bad. Like I say, rough to watch, but everybody's got their own style. You just got to go with your own style. That's why I say there's several ways to do. Lots of different techniques. It's not one way to grab a bead. There's not one way to pat it down. I mean, there's optimum ways, but you got to develop your own.
All right.
Okay, I think we'll go with that. We get another bead. Okay, now let's get maybe we can attack a bead that's a little bit closer to the cuticle. Would you like to attack the cuticle bead?
Okay.
Okay, gather a smaller amount. You can hold your little pot. Sometimes it's easier to hold the pot to retrieve. I went with the pots because the tubes are really hard to squeeze the last little bits out. And I like the pot because you can really maneuver how much you want. If you get too much, you can put it back in, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, where's this going now?
Okay, this bead we want to put, you know how the apex is here? We're going to go back a little bit here.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah. Now, Cameraman's getting a crash course. We did not go through the shaping of, the cuticle and the apex. We didn't do any of that. He's just kind of diving right in.
No, I didn't know we were going to even film this till yesterday, so.
I just told him.
I was like, oh.
You're learning how to do easy gel. He said, what? Okay, yeah, just dab on the
Easy gel. It's a hybrid gel, right?
A little bit of, yeah. Okay, so again, now we're getting closer to the cuticle. We want to make sure our moves are a little bit slower. Not that we won't do the stabbing motion right now.
Okay.
We're just going to do a little bit more controlled, a little bit more patting down, and we're trying to get a little bit closer to the cuticle.
Okay.
So just very gently, a little more pressing, less stabbing. That's looking good. Yeah, that's a nice press.
That direction or
yes,
like this way?
Whichever works for you, whatever feels comfy. Not bad, Cameraman. Okay, I'm just going to turn. You can turn the client's finger, so you can see the little ridge in there. If you can sort of press that down gently. You see how you don't want to touch the skin, but you want to get close to?
Yeah.
That's working for you. Not bad. I was losing hope there for a second, but you kind of...
it's got to be quite a
came
bump
back
here.
there. That's okay. You can always file that stuff out. That's great. Good job. Okay, so now you just want to stop stabbing for a second. You just want to see the cuticle here, a little bit of a lip. Now we can file that, but cuticles are funny. If you don't smooth them out in the beginning, sometimes you can never file them out and they will lift. So we just want to go at the cuticle a little bit. And you can even turn the angle of your brush a little bit sideways and just sort of press into it. We need a little more alcohol. We can just sort of press into it gently. See what's happening there? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nice work. Good. Not bad. Okay, now just sort of give it a little bit of a smooth finish there. Just
patting it.
Just sort of swiping it ever so gently.
Swiping it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You're just sort of smoothing it up. Okay, good. Okay, let's get a nuke on that. And then we'll do one more, maybe two for the free edge. Apex, and then we'll pay attention to the free edge. And then we might be done.
That's good.
Part.
All right.
You're not going anywhere.
No.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's take the form off. Sometimes taking the form off. Oh, you were shocked. You should see his face.
Yeah.
He went.
I was surprised.
The reason being is that sometimes it helps you be able to see the edges of where everything is and you know where to fill it in.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how to take it off. Release these.
Yeah.
Remember the pinch that I do?
Yeah, and then you pinch it down underneath here.
You got it.
And then you
There
pull.
you go. You throw it over my shoulder.
Oh.
Wow.
It's sticky and it's stuck to the end of my finger.
Okay, so now you see what I'm talking about?
No.
You can act. Okay.
What are you talking about?
So what I'm talking about is if you take a look at it now, you can see it's a little lighter over here and a little bit heavier over here. So if you put any more product, we can put a little bit more over there if we want to get an almond shape going.
Right.
Okay, but it's pretty good. Now you want to look at it sideways. Okay, so now it's really easy to criticize all the things you're doing wrong because that's what people do to themselves. But let's just take a look at some things you did right. We're not finished yet, but let's just take a break. And the angle you did is great. See the angle
Nice.
of it's a beautiful curve.
It does have a nice curve.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because you did the form placement properly,
Yeah.
right? Not perfect. It wasn't perfect, was it? But you still did it. It still looks great. The arch, we got an arch going.
Yep.
We've got a smooth cuticle. It's gone down toward the cuticle. You got a nice arch and you got a nice length going. So we're actually on the right track. Everything it looks horrendous, right? But you've done so many things that are right on. And anything that looks horrendous, we can pretty much file that out. It's nothing, the horrendous points are not important as the good points that you've done. So you've done a really good job. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to just beef up the side here a little bit and maybe a little bit more in the apex, and then we're going to start filing it.
Okay.
So go ahead and grab another little bead. We'll do two, one at the free edge and one near the apex. That's good. And we want to put that bead right in around here. We want to fill this whole side right in there. Okay, Cameraman,
Yeah.
Okay, cameraman, before you place the bead, I'm just going to really pinpoint. We want to focus on putting that bead right here.
Okay.
Okay?
Right there.
Yep. Remember, you're swiping it off like like peanut butter. Maybe there's a better way to describe it. That's not bad. Did you get rid of all of it?
No.
See how there's a bunch more there? You can just like swipe the whole thing on.
Really?
Yeah. There you go. Good. Perfect. Let me just clean it for you because I know you're picky with the whole making sure there's... I'm like that too when I work with gel. Okay, now take your brush end. Sound effects. You got to add sound effects to everything that he does. Okay. You finished now?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, you can add the soundtrack later.
Okay.
Now you want to pat that down and sort of blend it into that side.
I see it hanging over. Should I push that back first?
Oh, that one's frozen. You can't. That's already
that's what I did before.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to file that out. That's good. That's good. Not bad. So see if you can just take some of that extra and push it over to there a little bit more.
I think I need more.
And then don't forget, yeah, that's it. You got it. So see if you can just sort of mold it over, just sort of give it a little push over there. Yeah, that's it. You almost work it like an acrylic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just what you see me do. See that little bumpy one there? I think that's, see if you can just push it down here a little bit. And the best way to do maybe is to sort of do it on an angle. See how that little clump?
Oh, yeah.
See how I'm just sort of moving it down there?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to do. You just want to fill it into that space. It's like filling a pothole.
Right.
Right? That's sort of what you're doing in that little end. You're just pushing it down in that little end. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's get one more apex bead. Because it's like I say, it's looking pretty good. We just need a little bit more apex on there. So here's your little pot. Just get yourself a little bead.
That's too big.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and you just want to place that right here where the apex is. Yeah. Want me to clean that off?
Yeah.
See, now you can actually wipe that onto your little pot again. There you go. And you're not wasting that extra. Now get your brush wet. Dab it off, and then shape.
Okay.
Good. Good. You have more confidence in your little padding now. That's good. Now just give it a nice smooth swipe and just nicely smooth it out and see if that helps. Make it a little bit smoother. And as you get better, it'll get smoother and smoother and smoother. And almost, you can get to the point where it almost looks like you don't need any filing. It will, no matter how good you are. No matter how good you are, you will always need to file it a little bit. Same with gel. I know it self-levels, but that's not always what you want. We want to shape it. So even if it looks as smooth as ever, you still have to give it a bit of a buff. That looks pretty good. I think we are done.
Yeah. I think it's filing.
Beautiful. So we want to cap up your ends of your little brush there so you don't have any...
Give it a good cleaning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when you clean your brush, make sure you're always going one way with the bristles. You don't want to go like this.
Right.
Right? That'll just destroy it. So always just go one way. You can sort of spread them out a little bit, see if there's anything in there. And then you just clean it and then you cap it. So go ahead and put the cap on it. Whoa, whoa. So when you're capping something, just be careful. Make sure that you've got all the bristles contained in that cap.
I could
not
have done
like
it better
that.
if I was holding it.
You might be right. Okay, cap that in then. Okay, so now...
Can you do that? Dip that in? No, you should never do that.
You probably could. It's not that big a deal, I don't think. But we'll just do it this way. So how do you feel about using the E-file?
Oh, it better not have a toothy bit.
No, I know. I don't want no hamburger
Otherwise,
meat
it
here.
look like we put your nails through a wood chipper.
No, that's not. When you think I'm stupid. No. We'll just give you the sanding band. I've got my bit kit here for you.
All right. Well,
so you got a brand new bit kit. I know you're dying to get all my stuff, Cameraman.
I've never used an e-file before.
Well, you're going to do it now.
I've used drills, not so much files.
So the gold one is going to be your sanding band, and then open up one of these and put one of the purple ones on there.
So this is the arbor band.
This is the mandrel, and we'll put a purple one on. Okay. We're going to start them off slow. Boy, this will be really different for you. And you just gently slide it on.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, they're friction
Nice.
fitted. Okay, so one thing when you've got your nail, I'll take that. One thing when it's all cured, you want to get a little bit of alcohol. I'll get it for you. And just wipe, oops.
Ooh, you're dripping all over me.
Wipe that dispersion layer off.
Oh, right.
Right?
Little sticky layer.
Yeah. Gel, all the gels do that. Okay, I'll get the e-file ready for you. Okay, so before you go at it, I just want to say that I give a lot more training for someone with an e-file before I just let them dive in.
Yeah, you don't want to do this if you...
No, I think you should have a little more practice before you start. But we were doing a sanding bend, and we got it on layer 3 and 4 is very, very low, and that's what we're going to do. So, and if it hurts, I'm going to pull away. So the first thing I want to do is you want to make sure that you go, when you're filing, it's very awkward. This is going to be so awkward for you.
Yeah.
And you need to find an anchor point. This is all the things you learn about filing. There you go. You see your pinky is resting on your hand?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So just gently go back and forth. Just going to let you get a feel for it. That's it. That's it. You're getting a feel for it. Look at that.
Wow. Ooh.
That's okay.
That's scary.
Yeah. That happens.
Wow, I can't imagine using a toothy bit. That sounds...
That's not going to be happening anytime soon, but these bits are great. For years, that's all we had was these ones. But look at that. You're getting it. Just don't go near my cuticle until you feel comfortable.
Okay.
Look at that. Yeah, that'll happen. You're just learning the control of the drill. That's all. It'll happen. That's why you don't want to use a bit with a lot of teeth. Until you gain control. Very good. What do you think?
Yeah, it's cool.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's turn it down a little bit and see if you can go closer to the cuticle.
Okay, so you set it to 3 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pressure is good. I can feel it. It's really good pressure you got going there.
I'm pushing
Very good.
quite light. I'm almost just letting it do the pressure.
Yes.
Looks like it's going to
Very
be
good.
pretty rough.
That's okay. This is the rough bit. I mean, as in, you're just shaping at this point. Okay, good. Oopsie, wrong way. Okay, now we're going to hand file.
Okay.
Okay, so put it down because we want to get our shape. You don't want to do shaping with a
Coarse?
file. Yep.
Okay.
So you see all the jagged edges underneath there?
Okay, I feel like to do that edge, I do want to do this to keep it even. Is that a bad idea? Or is that
No,
good?
it's not bad. It's just uncomfortable the way you're holding the
Oh, because
form.
I'm hurting your finger.
Yeah, you have to always be mindful of the client's finger.
Right, so
right?
going back and forth is bad.
Yeah. And also, too, we don't really want that length. We want it to go quite a bit shorter. So if you hold the thumb here, hold
Right.
your thumb on there and brace the person's finger,
Yeah.
then you can file, but you want to hold the file like this. Okay?
Hold the file like this?
Yeah. No. Yes. So put your hand over top of the file like I'm doing here. Over top. Yeah. There you got it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
This?
And there you go. That's right.
I'm afraid I'm going to scrape the skin off my finger.
Well, we don't care about your finger. We only worry about mine.
I got delicate little
Okay,
pinkies.
so, you want to grab up a little bit higher then so you're not hitting so far. There. Okay. And, yeah, and then go ahead and you can put quite a bit of pressure on.
On the
You just
end?
want to brace the finger so it's not moving. Yeah, because we're going to shorten it. That's good. I can feel it. It's a lot of pressure. That's good. Doesn't hurt because you're bracing it.
To get anything off?
Yeah. You took the point right away. Notice that? See it?
Right.
It's almost square now.
Let's not do almond. Let's do square.
Now he wants to go square. Okay. You might not like that though. Because
I don't know if I can
it's
shape it that
kind of
good.
thin on one side.
Yeah.
When you're sort of, okay, that's okay. That's what a teacher's here for.
I overdid it because we want it to be a lot shorter, right? So should I start carving down the edge
You
there?
can if you feel like it. I mean, again, we're tacking this with not some traditional learning tools first, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. Not bad.
You got to warn me if I'm going too far. You can't see though, can you? Really?
I can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, my hand is blocking it. Am I squishing your finger there?
No.
I feel like I'm pinching it pretty
No,
hard.
not bad at all.
I feel I have to, otherwise.
No. You might invent a new shape. Squalmond.
I like squoval. Oop, sorry.
That's good. Yeah, that's interesting that you're able to see that might be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. As soon as it started
That's pretty
wiggling.
good. If you're always being in tune to what the client's feeling is very important. Pretty good.
A
Not
little
bad.
bulky over on the right.
Okay, you can just file it. Yeah.
Whoop.
Nope, didn't hurt.
Oh, I should use maybe this.
Pretty
then.
good.
Like that.
Yep. There you go. Look at you. You're developing your own little techniques there. It's good.
Ooh, it's off. It's really off.
The smaller of an area you're working on, the more precise you have to be. Like if
think
you're a hairdresser, for example, longer haircuts are more forgiving. But when you get into a shorter haircut, it's much more precision, and you've got to really tighten in
This is
the cut.
really lopsided
Yep.
over here.
You're not getting my skin or anything. You're doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna get high in this alcohol here. I gotta close that down. Woo.
Are you breathing in the alcohol?
Yeah, I'm smelling it with my head, trying to get close to the,
Right.
the nail to get a good look.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty.
Pretty good. Well, it's crooked.
That's okay.
This is not going to be a cover shot, that's for sure.
That's okay. It is learning,
Yeah.
and it's something you didn't sign up for. I signed you up for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to see if we can go underneath now too. So look at that rough stuff underneath.
Yeah.
So how you do that is, I'm just trying to imagine. Hold your file like this.
Like
Copy this.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what you want to do is go underneath and see if you can take that part and go up. See that little edge sticking
Yeah,
out
I
there?
see that, yeah.
The little floop.
Yeah.
You want to go up. So when you go underneath, you go file like that.
All right.
See if you can do that.
Okay. Let's see here. It's
That's it.
Yeah, it's weird when I'm doing it on you. It feels wrong.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't feel like I can hold the finger good enough.
That's good. You might want to give yourself a file a little bit more room and hold down a little bit. Okay, open your fingers just a little bit.
Open, I mean.
Yeah. And then close again. Yeah, it just got you to move down a little bit so you have more real estate, more file estate, right?
Oh.
So when you move your hand down further, you got more file estate. You got more room here to go. Here's your sound
Gotcha.
effects.
Right.
Okay. So you want to get that right here.
Fast.
If you're in the mood. Still awfully long. I should have watched you a little more carefully when I was putting it on.
you
Remember,
let
I
me
tend to
do
do that too. I tend to go a little longer. So that was my fault. I guess I should have kept an eye
Yeah,
on
because
it.
look how short these are in comparison. It's like, wow.
Well, we're going to extend them longer than what I have on here.
Oh, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm still a little surprised.
And then every time you do it, you now know more about it. You have to do a series of not doing it so good before you get closer and closer to doing it the way you want. It's like a bunch of fails equal where you want to go.
Just looking at it from
Yeah, I
the side,
see that.
side profile.
Looking at all the angles.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Other than the length, I hate to try to shorten it more.
Well, there's another way you could try to shorten it with the E-file. We could try that
Okay.
if you want. Okay, put the file down. Okay, so hold this. I'm going to turn it on. What you want to do is you want to brace the finger again. You can even actually hold it like that.
Okay.
And you're just going to put this on an angle like this. And you're going to go zip, zip, zip. And keep doing that until you take off the length. Just watch you're not filing your fingers underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, you can even open this if you like,
Okay.
if that's comfortable.
We can try it. We'll see.
And you should really brace your finger. Always got to brace your finger when you're using a file. It's your anchor point, right? It's your anchor where you can move. Now use your pinky to move. Go zip. See that? Yeah. Is that comfortable?
Yep.
You can even hold your hand down a bit closer if that's comfortable. So do the motion. Zip, zip. Okay, I'm going to turn it on now.
Okay.
Make sure you brace that pinky. I'm like a 7 there, so
Oh, that's high.
just try it. There you go. How's that feel?
Good.
Now do it a little bit. I'm going to turn it down just a bit. Oh, I went the wrong way. So more of an angle. Like, yeah, that's it. There you go.
It's tougher because I can't see it as well.
Just the one way. I find just go this way. Just that way.
Just
Yeah.
one way.
So just do the one way. You don't have to
Oh.
go back and forth. Just do the one way. Sometimes the drill can catch a little, so you want to make sure you just go one way when you're shortening. It doesn't work. You can do it the way you want, but I'm just advising it just seems to be better if you got one way. How How you liking that?
It's getting there, but it's got to be way. How much do we?
Then go away. Go away. Just go.
Whoop.
It's okay. Feels good. I'm not in any discomfort whatsoever. We don't really want it that long. We want to go quite a bit shorter. Again, we should have paid attention to the length. I wasn't paying attention to it. I was focusing on the stabbing.
Whoops.
It's okay. You're not really going to do too much damage. It's a pretty soft bit. What do you think?
Well, it's supposed to be the same length as the other ones on there now?
No.
Well, otherwise, that's good length. I just need to shape it better now.
Okay. So what you want to do is you're going to shorten, or you're going to shape it with that. You want to take off the bulk with the file, the E-file, and then you're going to shape it up with the hand file. So take off the bulk. You're going to take a bunch of off this side if you like, because we're going to go almond still, or are you changing your mind
No,
on
I'll
that?
go almond.
Okay.
I can try. I hope I don't go too far and then ruin the whole thing.
Well, then we'll go like a short stiletto.
Ooh, don't have
Yeah,
an anchor.
keep your little anchor point. That's good.
I'm not sure I got it too curvy, but
Well, that's okay. We can file that all up with the hand file, right? That fine tunes your shape. You don't want to fine tune a shape
what
with
do
an
you think of
E-file.
that length? Is that a good length?
That looks perfect.
Now, should I be cleaning up the underside, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, you could do that. So you can actually take your file and you can just sort of press against the part that you feel is. You can do it with the hand file as well. You can do everything with the hand file. So you want to you can take your E-file and sort of go right in there like that, and then you can turn it over this way and go right in there like that.
Huh.
And now we can even get in there if you feel comfortable, which I'm helping you do. You can get into that bulky side. We can take away that bulkiness there. There we go. Now we probably should do the rest with the hand files.
Okay, sounds good.
Good job.
Oh, thanks.
Weird, eh?
Yeah, I think so. The
So weird when you
guys,
do
other
something.
guys that probably do better. They have experience with Dremels and more with hand tools.
Yeah, right. You don't even really do that.
Well, I've used screwdrivers and electric
Oh
screwdrivers and
goodness!
stuff.
Don't do that
No.
method on my hands.
That's the extent of it. I don't do any wood carving or anything. So
Okay, so we're going to go to the medium file, and now you're going to see if you can shape that up. So the best way to hold it when you're shaping is hold it so that your fingers are over top of your hand file like this, right? And then you can motion like that. Okay, so just copy that pattern. So, yeah,
and what
that's
was
it.
the motion like this?
Yeah,
Like this?
yeah, you got it. All sorts. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so what you want to, again, we're jumping ahead. There's so many things that I could
Okay.
spend days on.
I don't have days.
No, and that's the point. We're trying to crash course it. So when you want to take your file, is you want to try to honor the cuticle shape, and you want to take your file and smooth out that whole shape. So you want to take your file and go up the cuticle and try to make it as smooth and blend and take it in, because this is quite wide. Same with this side. We want to go up the side and blend it in. This one's better. This side's better. Do you see that?
Yeah.
See how that side's nice and smooth and tapered in? We got to taper that in a bit.
Okay.
That's good. Now you can go back and forth with this motion. Yeah. You can do it with the coarse as well. I just thought you might be more comfortable with the medium. Not bad.
Well, I think I swooped too much here now.
No, I don't think you swooped it enough. It's still too wide.
Oh, you mean on the top or the side?
Side.
On the side.
Yeah. It's just a little bit too wide for the finger. That's good. That's good. You're going to get addicted, aren't you?
No, I'm not. To be totally honest. Yeah. You know, for me, I'm looking like I'm getting to the point where I've done it as good as I can. I'm just going to mess it up if I keep going. That's
Right. Well, that's fair. That's a fair statement.
it's not.
It's
not
so
that
funny
good.
when you look at it as somebody's like, I just want to get in, but that doesn't help you any.
No.
Okay. So that's actually for your first nail that you built from scratch. This is not a tip.
I mean, it's good. This is tapers more, and this is not tapered.
So which
enough.
one do you like?
The taper's better.
Okay, so then if you like that side, you want to match that side
Yeah.
to this side. So we just want to go at this one a bit more.
Maybe it's bulky on the top edge.
Could be a little bit. Yeah, the whole thing is bulky a little bit, but not a ton. Now maybe you might take more off if you use the coarse file. So maybe use the coarse file in the same manner. You just use the medium file.
Gotcha.
And you'll take more off and you might be happier with that result.
Am I hurting you?
Nope. So get your shape first. Take the shape sideways in. So take this shape and go, you want to get your shape first. So we want to taper it in.
All right.
So we want to change the shape. Right now you're just sort of taking the bulk away. We want to actually change the shape.
Okay.
So by doing this, it actually changes the shape.
Okay.
And then we can go on top and get rid of the muffin top, I call it. Yeah, that's okay. You probably don't see the difference.
I can't tell.
If this was a focusing issue or a sound that only dogs can hear, he'd be all over it and he would get it. But this isn't his thing. That's pretty good. I don't want to touch it because I really want the end photo to be everything that you did.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to get in there.
The left-hand side, I think, for me is perfect, but
right.
I think I got to go like that.
Shaping is one of the hardest things to do. Again, I could spend a few days on it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I think you're doing it. You're actually doing the right movement. Oh, that's actually that's actually very good. Okay, so
better,
it is. I'll tell you
I'm
why.
afraid to go too far. I don't want to touch the other side. It's perfect. And then this side.
That's right. I'll tell you why. It's actually really good shape-wise.
Okay.
The end is just a little bit thicker. So if you're looking at it in a 3D fashion, everything from the aerial view, you don't see the depth. But do you see, if you look down the barrel?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Right.
It's too thick.
So
This side's too thick.
That's right. So all you want to do then is you want to go over top, but don't get from this point to here. Just file this point to here. Right? So make sure your file is only contacting that free edge. And the best way to do that for this kind of thing is you hold it up a little bit and you can go on an angle. Remember that little dolphin nose trick I showed you?
Yeah, but I can't hold your hand like that and do it.
No, but you can hold it like this. So hold it like this.
Maybe we should show the viewers what we're talking about here.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is put my finger on it so you can see exactly how thick we're talking.
Yeah, so
it's not bad.
Yeah, no, but what I'm talking about, this here is thicker, looks like, than
That's
there.
right. So the only way you can get that is when you take the coarse file or a file and you go like this. See, from the aerial point of view?
Yeah.
If you file that. So if you take it now so we showed them what it looks like. So if you take the hand file and you can look down the barrel now, now you can go over the top and see where you want to make it thinner.
Do you do it like this?
I do. I actually go this side first. I would do this side first.
Okay.
And then I would do this side like that.
That's, okay.
And you're just making sure you're not making contact with the apex toward the cuticle. You're going from the apex toward the free edge, right?
Okay.
That's good. Keep going until you're happy. Very good. The concentration.
Well, that's, yeah.
He's really focusing. And sometimes you keep filing, like, I'm not getting anywhere, but you are. It just takes a while to get the feel for it. I mean, this is all really foreign for you.
Yeah.
It's looking good. Now, how about the other side?
Okay,
I'm making a V on the top, so I got it.
He's assessing the situation.
I've got to.
He's lining it up. He's going in.
Smooth it on there because it's not. It was like it wasn't rounded on the top. I actually filed it into like a V.
That's okay. That's okay, because you can smooth that V right out. That's good. Okay, so just make the free edges a little bit thinner, and actually, I think we are pretty good. I think we're going to finish it. It looks pretty good. I mean, this is your first nail.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
now...
I have no filing experience.
No, you don't. But that's okay. You're doing really good. You do
filed
have
the
powder on
edge.
his... He has powder on his nose. You
Really?
are definitely... You are a nail technician now. Once you have powder on your nose and powder in your boobs, then you are a nail technician. Okay. You're going to take...
It's going to look buff.
Oh, now he wants to get perfectionist.
Well,
It's pretty good.
Well,
I mean, again,
it's
we
not
could go at this forever until we get it straight, but at some point you just have to say...
I'm not going to win any awards.
No, not today. Okay, now you're going to just gently go around the cuticle and just give it a nice smooth finish around the cuticle. Make sure it's nice and separate there. Because you did actually the application of the cuticle pretty good. You didn't go over my skin, which was really important. You were just up to the skin. Okay, so just go into the cuticle area and just do some little circles, massaging motion.
Like that?
Yeah, that's great. You're just making sure that those cuticles are nice and smooth. Cuticle is really difficult to get right. It can take you quite some time. So if you're having any issues with your cuticle area, don't be hard on yourself. You can get the shaping down, the finishing down. Cuticles could take you months. So don't be hard on yourself with that. Okay, that's good. Now we are going to switch to this file.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Spongy.
You like this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now go. That's right.
Like
so you're going to go over top of the whole nail and just do it really quick and just go over the whole.
Like
Yeah, you can hold it like that. So you're going to go over the whole nail. This is a smoothing, finishing file. And you're just trying to level everything out. The whole idea with filing when you go fast like that over top of the whole nail is you got the high points and the low points. And once you file a lot and meet those points together, you've got a smoother finish. It's pretty good. Pretty good for a cameraman, I gotta say.
Getting smoother.
You happy with that? Okay, one more thing before we finish. Make sure you get the end. Maybe
I shouldn't touch it really with my finger, should I be?
Doesn't matter so much at this point because you're not touching natural nail. And if there's any oils transferred at this point, we're rubbing them off anyway with any cleansing. So go ahead and make sure you get the free edge. Make sure you're smoothing that free edge. Yeah, that's good. And then, good. Okay, put that one down. Now we're going to take the fine file and we're just doing this method. Just smoothing up any free edge. Just making it nice and smooth. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And you can go underneath too to make sure it's nice and smooth underneath.
Right, I mean?
Yep, you got it. I always do that just as a finishing. Okay, that's good. Now we're gonna dust it off. Now you're gonna top coat. Can you believe it? We made it to the top coat.
Nice.
Okay, so here you go. Here's your top coat. Okay, so when you're getting the nail polish out of the bottle, you take it out, but you've got to remove all the product on one side. So product is only on one side. Okay?
Which side does it?
Whichever one you want. Okay, now you take that side and paint the polish. Try to go more of straighter, like angle your, that's it. There you go. So drop it like, yeah, there, and you can slide it up to the cuticle. You don't want to just don't go too, wow.
I touched a cuticle. I can't show that.
I wish it was red.
Oh, I really went all over, hey?
Red.
Oh,
that is
bad.
funny. Okay, now I would not laugh at a student, but when it's your husband, you have to. It's my right. Okay. We're going to do that again.
Oh.
I'm not going to cut it out of the edit because that's too good. So here we go. We're going to go in there again and get some more. Okay, so I'll try to give you more instruction because that is my job. So go right about here and then just gently, don't press, just gently slide up to the cuticle and then pull all the way down to the tip of the nail. There you go. Perfect. And then do that one more time. And then try to get a little bit closer. You might have a bit more in your brush. Maybe just release some product. Oh, you're just not listening. But you did pretty good.
I know what I'm doing.
That's not bad.
I still got on the edge there. But
Okay, well that does
I'm
happen.
not going to get any better than that.
You actually did that pretty good. Okay, let's just nuke it. Okay?
All right.
Then you only need one coat of this. You can put that away.
Nice.
And I think we'll put a little oil on the cuticle. And I think we're ready for Cameraman's first easy gel nail. His very first nail. Let's take a look. Here's a before. And here's the after. You gotta give it to him. That's pretty good for a first effort with hybrid gel. Okay, well, do you want a little critique and so we can learn what we did?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you actually did a really good job. I mean, for your first nail, and attempting a first nail to look as good as that is pretty good. It's not even close to a turtle, what I used to do. My first set of nails took me 6 hours. It was your mother, and it took me 6 hours. Anyway, this is pretty good. So what have you done? The finishing is actually quite nice. The finishing is the smoothness and the shaping. Look at that shape.
It's not bad looking.
It's not bad looking at all. You did a really good job. Okay, so, and the cuticle is not bad. It's a little bit, it's not going over my cuticle, but it's the same level as the cuticle. We have no cuticle separation, but cuticles are very difficult. And that's something that we will work on. Okay, Cameraman?
I'm going to do more.
Just kidding. So if you turn it sideways, if you look at the nail sideways, you can see that there isn't much of an apex at all.
Right.
So that's something we would focus on and we would work on.
Right. Okay.
And then
I filed it off too much, maybe.
and we maybe didn't put enough on.
Okay.
Right. And if we had filed this a little bit thinner, the apex would pop up a little bit more. But for strength, and if we went shorter, you might not need as much apex. And if we went longer, we'd need a much bigger apex. But the length is actually quite nice. And for the fact we weren't paying attention, you actually shortened it with an E file for the very first time. And you actually got a really nice shape out of it. So overall, you look at the underneath, it's nice and smooth too. That means your form placement was really quite nice.
Right.
So overall, for your very first nail, I mean, you could literally go out in public like that. Like I wouldn't want another nail technician to go like this.
Right.
But you could go out in public and have a whole set of nails done like that. And nobody would notice that they were not professionally done.
As long as they didn't look
As long
at
as they
them.
didn't look them too close. No, you did actually
Or
really
at all.
good. Do you remember the acrylic nail that you did?
Yeah,
You did a pretty good job on that. If you want to see Cameraman do an acrylic nail, well, check it out. He actually did a pretty good job.